Yo, what up? It's Saturday night. This is the tag team. My name is Mark B at Mercedes Boy on Twitter.
And I'm Q at Nico Antonio on Twitter.
That's what's up. Anyway.
You know, cell phones is gonna get in all the way. Because I'm sitting up here texting. But I'm Q at Nico Antonio on Twitter. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? And text us.
It's Saturday night. I'm trying to get it popping. You know,
listen, get it popping. Like, why we drinking this time season? We trying to get it popping.
Oh, really?
We gonna take it. Anyway,
we'll do
it's my turn to come up with the topic for the day. But I was stumped. I'm not gonna lie. My boy Q asked that we actually take on the topic of men in religion and men in the church.
Sort of, but the black gay men and church. Not in church, but and church. And the reason I wanted to bring that up because it is Saturday night, and tomorrow I'm going to church. You know, I was invited by a friend who is very, very active on the choir, who sings his butt off.
Nice.
You know, what's left of it after I finish getting what I get almost Saturday night of it. So, you know, but my whole thing is that he is going to sing his solos tomorrow, but he's hitting me up right now to see if he can sing his solos in my bed tonight.
Okay.
And how we feel about that. But you know, that's all good. Ain't nobody here to judge, judgment-free zone, you know what I'm saying? But what my problem I have is how he's gonna come over here and do all the wondrous things. Oh, the wondrous things that we do tonight. But then he's gonna go to a church and listen to a man that tells him that he is wrong, that he's hated, that he is all the many bad things that he could ever be tomorrow, and he's gonna give his money to this guy and give his services to this person who's basically saying that we don't love you because you don't even love yourself.
Right. And I think this was a good show. I'm glad you put that up. I thank you guys for watching the tag team. It pretty much starts to stop there for me. I am like, yo, like, who the hell participates in some shit like this? Like, you know what I mean? Who the hell does this? But so many people do. I personally don't understand it. I would never at this point in my life participate in any organization where I am, asked to support and almost be complicit in the marginalization, the disenfranchisement, the ostracization of homosexuals, and I know that is a category that I belong to.
Yes.
It's just really hard. I don't know how people do it, and I understand, I don't want to get into people's beliefs because your beliefs are your beliefs, and I don't, you are entitled to believe whatever you will. I just have a hard time from what I know about the church, and when we talk about the church specifically,
organized religion,
Christianity, for the most part.
So
from what I know about it,
beliefs still it can stand strong outside of the organized religion or outside of that infrastructure.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, definitely. And I just from what I know with that particular religion, the acts of a homosexual sexual act, I guess, is considered
homosexual anything.
Homosexual anything. Okay, is it? Okay.
Yes.
But I don't see. This is the problem. I don't know what the going restrictions are, the sanctions, in this particular religion. And I don't know what has been administered in terms of sanctions when it comes to this. I just say that it just is really problematic for me, and I'm probably gonna say the same thing over and over in this conversation because of that. Like I just don't know how people do it. Those of you that do it, just tell me, hit us up, on the comment section. Like I said, I get that your beliefs are your beliefs, and you may have had your beliefs well before your awareness about your sexuality, or you may just really enjoy your religious experience. If that is the case for you, then I definitely want to hear about, what parts of your experience you love and how you're able to negotiate that or reconcile that with homosexuality. And like I said, specifically, we might be specifically talking about Christianity, unfortunately, because that's the only religion I know. I'm sure the other ones.
Well, that's what we're speaking to.
Yeah. So, you know, there may be other religions that prohibit it as well. I'm sure. Please enlighten me. I'd love to talk about it more. But it's interesting. Like you said, you have so many people out there that are very active in their churches. You know, that are very. I think I even know like a theologist, like one of my friends that studied theology and is really interested in religion and religious expression and really rooted in his religious experience. However, this part of his experience, although is viewed as a problem to me and for me, he's able to kind of live with that, and I don't, I would have to, it would take some time for me to recall some of the conversations that he and I have had, but he kind of lives with that comfortably. So I'm like, and I mean, do you have an opinion on that? Do you go to church? Are you actively involved in church? How does that work for you?
Absolutely. I'm actively, I'd like to be more actively involved. However, I do have friends who are gay men that not only are active, but are pastors in a pulpit in church. Now that is a different type of struggle that I don't necessarily understand how you could be that and then preach against it, if that is what, in fact,
you do.
You do.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's no different. If you can be a parishioner and listen to it and subscribe to it in any way, why not be a...
Yeah, but I've had friends tell me, because I asked the question specifically, I have friends, as most people know, I used to live in Atlanta, and I had a lot of friends that went to Eddie Long's church.
Okay.
And I had a lot of friends that, before this whole scandal with Eddie Long came out, Eddie Long, along with Bernice King and, some other supporters of whatever the message was, were marching through the streets of Atlanta against gay marriage, against gays in general. And I asked my friends who sang on the choir, who were on the usher board, who did fundraisers, whatever, how they could actively support this person's ministry, knowing that he's
this is a part of it.
That is a part of it. And it's a huge part. Like you're sitting behind in the choir stand while this guy is saying these things, how could you be a part of that? And they said, well, it's selective. We take in what we need and then, kind of like throw away the rest, and I don't know if I have that mechanism where it's like semi-permeable,
I'm not, that wasn't my experience with religion, so I don't know, if that's the way you're working it out, then work it out. Like I said, I don't think I can judge it in any way. I
think instead of judging it, because we don't want to get into that territory, but would you date someone that's a pastor of a church?
Would I date someone? I think I would date someone. I think if we became serious, there would be some fundamental differences that we have. Because I think to be serious in a relationship with somebody, your belief systems have to align a bit. So I think that would be a conflict for us. I would always be like, babe, babe, like why you saying this, babe? You don't love me. You don't like what we do, babe. You know what I mean? Pass the bag. Pass the bag. Don't you? You just does this feel wrong? Pass the bag.
But what if he says,
does this feel wrong?
But what if he says, this pays our bills, this puts food on the table? You know what I'm saying?
It would be, like I'm saying, it would be a conflict. It would be a conflict for our family. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a serious relationship with a man of the cloth, I would be saying to him, I would be like, you can be a man of the cloth, you can never bring this topic up in your career, because, you know what I mean?
You make a horrible first lady.
I would make a horrible first lady, you know what I mean? Yes, God. No, but I just don't know, how I would deal. That's actually a very good question. You kind of made that high. If I was dating a pastor, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? I can think of some pastors I wanted to date. Okay. Yes.
I think I know what pastor you're talking about.
Okay, amen. Amen.
Service Jackson. I am for real.
Oh, you can't say that.
I'm Nobody know. Okay, but anyway.
That's God. But no, I don't even know what I would do in that situation. It would definitely be a philosophical conflict in my household if I was dating a pastor, because if he would know that I would have a whole problem with the ministry addressing homosexuality.
But you dated people who are very, very active in their